Erica, welcome back to Maniacal Reader. Today I'm going to be doing the first part of my BEA Book Haul. Now BEA was so much fun. I got to meet a lot of famous authors and I got tons of books. I also got to meet some of my booktube friends that I subscribe to. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to vlog anything during BEA because the schedule was like jam-packed and way too crazy. But let's get on with the haul. The first book I want to show you is Rot and Ruin by Jonathan Mayberry. This is a YA post-apocalyptic book. It follows this guy named Benny, who is part of a zombie-infested world. And since he's a teenager, he's decided to become a zombie killer with his brother Tom. But soon Benny learns that the scariest and probably most terrifying things are human, so it seems like Benny has a lot to learn. Rot and Ruin is the first book in the series. I don't know if this is a trilogy or a series. This isn't actually a book that I got from BEA. I actually visited a half-price bookstore when I was in Chicago, so this is where that book is from. The next book I have here is The Golden Lily by Rochelle Mead. This is the second book in her Bloodline series. This series follows a girl named Sydney, who's an alchemist. Sydney is the main character in this series. She was one of the best friends of Rose Hathaway from the Vampire Academy series. I haven't read Bloodlines yet, but I'm planning to. I'm glad that I found this book in the Random House booth at BEA. It was a good find. I also got the third book in the series called The Indigo Spell. They had the second and third book together. The next book I have here is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Sea of Monsters. This is the second book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series by Rick Riordan. This is a middle grade fantasy series. I actually found this book at Barnes & Noble. I haven't read the first book yet, but I do want to get into the Percy Jackson series. The next book I have here is The Amateurs by Sarah Shepard. This is the first book in her new series called The Amateurs, and this is actually an ARC copy that I found at BEA. 5 years ago, a girl named Helena Kelly disappeared from her backyard in Dexby, Connecticut, leaving her friends and family without answers. 18-year-old Seneca Fraser wants to change that. So when he connects with a girl named Maddie Wright, his best friend Brett, Erin Kelly, Helena's sister, they realize that they might be able to help the police with the investigation. I'm not really sure when this book is released. Even though I am interested in reading this series, I'm probably going to be reading her Lion King series first before I move on to this one. I loved her Pretty Little Liars series, which I read in December last year, so I'm sure I'll like this one as well. The next book I have here is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first book in a new series that she's writing. From what I've heard, this book is a YA fantasy series centered on a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but with fae. I loved Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass series, so I hope I like this new series too. Next up I have Old Man's War by John Scalzi. This book is an adult science fiction book, and in this world, humanity has finally made it to interstellar space. Planets that are fit to live on are scarce, and aliens have taken over. When you reach a certain age, people in this world have to join the Colonial Defense Force. They don't want young people to join this army. They want people with the knowledge and skills that have lived for decades. Once you've joined the army, you've given up your right to return to Earth, so you'll never see it again. It sounds like a book I've never read before. I purchased this book at BEA It sounds really interesting. The next book I have here is 13 Reasons Why by J. Asher. This is a YA realistic fiction book. It follows this guy named Clay Jensen, whose best friend named Hannah is dead. Hannah leaves Clay with a bunch of recorded tapes. Hannah tells him that his name is mentioned on these tapes. And through listening, Clay Jensen realizes why Hannah committed suicide. I've heard that J. Asher is a wonderful contemporary writer. Everyone on BookTube pretty much knows who J. Asher is. I've had this book on my wish list for ages. I actually found his book at Half Price Books. I hope to like this book, and I hope that this book leads me to check out more YA realistic fiction. The next book I have here is Nowhere But Here by Katie McGarry. This is the first book in her Thunder Road series. It follows this girl named Emily, who has always had good grades and good friends. The only thing is, Emily doesn't have a dad. She's always been curious about her biological father. So when a summer vacation leads her to discover more about her father's world, she learns that her dad is in a motorcycle club, and she's sort of thrust into this world. I loved Katie McGarry's Pushing the Limit series, so I imagine I'll love this book as well. I've never really read a book about a motorcycle club before, so this book should definitely be an interesting read. I picked up this book at Barnes & Noble, but at BEA I found a bookmark called Walk the Edge in the same type of font as on this cover, and it turns out Walk the Edge is the second book in this series. The next book I have here is Claire de Lune by Christine Johnson. This book follows a girl named Claire. Claire's pool party is awesome, and the boy she likes keeps flirting with her at this pool party. Claire quickly discovers that she is a normal girl, except for that she's a werewolf. Claire gets initiated into this female pack of werewolves, but she's torn between this new life of hers and her human life. I found this book at Half Price Books. That's the end of my BEA book haul. I'll see you guys in my next video.